Boats! Brisbane Yamaha knows boats. Hi, I'm Aaron, the owner of Brisbane Yamaha, and today I've got something that a lot of people have asked for, a 481 Hornet Pro. Now, why would you buy a Hornet Pro? Because you're a bass fisherman, because you like flicking plastics, because you like getting out there, having a boat that goes fast. You might be in an impoundment one day, the next day you're out casing the tuna. And it's interesting, today we're going to go out through the Caboolture River, we're going out in the bay, and what's going to happen, we're down the kiss of death. I've got two of my best mechanics out there. Shine over there to Kieran and Gomez. His name's not Gomez, and I don't want you to know what his name is, because he's one of the best mechanics in the world. Now, but have a look at this. So we've got the Quintrex trailer, the aluminium, we've gone over it. They are just a great trailer. We'd sell hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them, and we never get any complaints, and that's how I know whether it's a good thing, you know? And this is a big boat for a 481. Now, if it was any other brand, this would be called a 510. Now, Dan, have a look at this a sec. Over here, Dan. It gets a bit out of shape sometimes, Dan. Now, if you go on to Brisbane Yamaha, every single boat, yeah, that's right, every boat, and there's hundreds of them, right? Hundreds and hundreds of boats for sale on brisbaneyamaha.com.au, and push specs, you'll get the whole spec sheet will just come up. It's all only on Brisbane Yamaha. So you'll know it's got 4 mil bottoms, you'll know it's an 85 litre tank, and you'll see all the standard stuff that can come with them. That's on Brisbane Yamaha. That's how you can get the specs. It's 5'10" long, you know? Someone will pick that up. Don't worry, I wouldn't chuck it away because it'll go in the river and kill a dolphin or something. Now, up here, let's have a look underneath here, Dan. Now, this is actually, it looks like an Apex, doesn't it? Looks like a freestyler. Now, with the pickle fork, but it's actually a stretched Eclipse. What do you call it again, Dan?
Eclipse V-Flared hull.
An Eclipse V-Flared hull. That's what Quintrex want to call it. It does look like the Apex. But over here, let's just see. Now, here, a traditional boat joins in the middle. But why? Because it was easy. What Quintrex did is open it up to give you so much room up here when you're casting. And pretty soon, when you see Gomez and Kieran casting for tuna, you'll see how stable and how much room there is in a 481. Now, and this hull, it's still the same as a blade. It rides on confused water. That's why it's soft and that's why it squirts it out. But this is how you get stable. And you might have heard me say it's a 4 mil hull. Now, up here, 85 litres of fuel, and it's a beautiful thing, it's the Pro. So with it, and this has got a 90 on it, can go to a 115. Our 90 is just, we sell so many of them. Fuel efficiency is awesome. They're not much slower than a 115 and they're lighter. Now, at the top, oh, where's the anchor well, Aaron? Where's the anchor well? Well, there's a poly anchor well at the front under the casting deck, which gives you clean lines. And if you've ever been out with someone fly fishing in the ocean, you know you don't want cleats, you don't want stuff. This here is for the Minn Kota. You can put a Garmin on it too, or a Minn Kota. Now, Garmin come with tailwater now. Quintrex, you can just order it, come with a Garmin. You know, about time they caught up with us. Now, big front, wide. Look at the size of this at the front. Leading seat. Now, Dan, you stay there and have a look. Big storage on the sides. All the Gomez's tackle there. And in the middle, kill tank. Right, because if you're going to go and tournament fish, you're going to need to keep them alive. And what I do, right, when I just go fishing, bream fishing, whatever, I always have a kill tank. And I'll put the fish in there, I upgrade. If I don't catch enough to eat, I put them back. But I actually think, particularly bass, if you let a bass go, it tells all its mates. I don't know, I just think they do. I think they talk a bit more than what we think they do. Now, good seating position here, drink holder or put your sinkers in it. It's got the 703 control box, a good Garmin sounder, and you sit down, and because it's a Pro, it's got that adjustable steering, which you think is garbage, but it's unreal. We've put the stereo in here. At the back, live bait tank. If you don't think you can put your slimies in there, your mullet, Geez, I tell you what, you'd get a little bonito in there. It's probably going to get you wet and swim around and kill itself, but it's a big tank. You could wash a kid. You could wash quite a big kid in there. Storage either side at the back. You can see that. Lots and lots of room. Some of Brisbane Yamaha's fit out, legendary fit out there. It's just neat. You go, oh, that's not much fit out. No, that's just because that's how we make it. A nice rear casting deck that is seamless, isn't it? You could sit up there, you can walk across, and we'll see how it goes with two men fishing in it. Rod storage. Well, rod storage is always handy. Rod storage, and that's metal, and it just stays up. You can see a couple of crap rods. Though we'll see. Storage, it's all lined off, and it's long. Gee, I'd love to measure that, but I can tell you that runs right up here. So you've got 9-foot rods or something, that's all gonna fit in there very, very easily. And then you just hit that spring and it closes and do it up and it won't rattle. So storage under here, you can see these, they're called a hunky plug. And that goes in the floor to cover up where seats are. And the other thing what it does, it can go into like where gauges are. I don't know why it's called a hunky plug, but they are. Let's go in the water and see how this baby goes. So here we are out in the bay in the 481 Hornet Pro with a 90 Yamaha. 4 blokes, 2 of us cast a massive shadow. And apparently my shadow's bigger than Dan's. But have a look at this. So we've got a little bit of chop, 1/4 to 1/2 metre. And the Hornet, you'd think it was just for impoundments but watch this. I'll just go into this next wave. I'll give it a little bit of curry. 2 seconds, and that hull. Look at this hull. Have a look at that. Try that in your thing. That's unbelievable. 32. Wow. That is quite an amazing slow planing speed, and how quick. With 4 men, it'll take 5 people. And watch this, you got us, Dan? I'll give it a little bit. I'll give it a little bit of trim. And did you know that the Hornet can do this? I don't think you did know. Whoa! Look at that, smooth, soft and dry. Very dry, very soft, and there's a lot of boats that just would not do this. Now, let's have a look. So the 90 Yamaha's a beast. We sell lots of them, hundreds of them. And this Hornet 481, it's got a 90. They're rated to a 115. You don't need the 115, but you'll see the boat will certainly handle that extra weight. Now, and I'll show you something. Let's just say we're here. Let's say we are going to chase tuna, but it's a little bit rough and we can't see them. But if we see some birds, you're going to see some tuna action. Now, Kieran and Gomez, hop up there and go walk around. Let's just pretend they were casting. Right? Walk around, both go on one side, just walk around like, oh yeah, we're getting that. 481, that's pretty stable. Both on the other side, and don't forget there's 3 of us. Look at it. That is awesome. Come down the back. Two people, very stable. Now a Hornet's not made for backing up on fish. And I would imagine if I did back up, we're going to get some water over. But what this will do, I would drive after. Come and sit down, fellas. See what I'd do if I was out here and it was a good day and I went out and I was chasing sport fish, I would just turn and drive at them all the time anyway. Really backing up on fish is about big boats, and it's normally a bit theatrical, and you got some skipper who's out there, standing up there, screaming at everyone, right rigger, left rigger, you know, and then starts and tells you to wind, so you wind your arm off. It's all part of the enjoyment of going on a charter boat. I would much prefer just to take it easy, wind it in, keep a tight line. Now let's see how this baby goes and if we can get Gomez and Kieran a little bit wet. So 1, 2, 3, we're on the plane, we're up. It's pretty easy. I'll back off a little bit. Doing 38 knots, 38k, sorry, 38 k's. It'll do 65. We'll turn into a wave. And I tell you what, I don't think you can get a boat that does better than that. Around here, we'll see how it goes. You got us up there high, Dan? Rolling round. Now, I'm not even driving to the waves. I'm just driving where I want to go and seeing what the boat will do. Now, the interesting thing is that front. And a lot of people would say with the Apex or this Eclipse, right, that it's going to dig in. Oh, you can't go over waves in that. Well, you want to see how a bigger boat like the 610 goes. Absolutely magnificent. Back into it. I'll go the other way because you always know I do figure eights. Geez, I tell you what, this boating, it always makes me feel hungry, you know? Oh, bird over there. I got Kieran wet, but you're going to get that because the wind just blows it. It squirted it out and then the wind pushed it back and I got wet and I don't like that. You know, but I tell you, you could do with a couple of ham and pickles right now. I had one this morning, toasted. I use that, I call it plastic cheese. And I love it, you know. Just in the craft singles with ham on white bread with butter. I can eat 6 of them, really. But let's have a look at this. Over these, here's a couple of better ones. Woohoo! Now we need to find some birds. Let's go backwards and see what does happen. See if I am right and we're going to get wet. I trimmed it up a bit. Let's chase. Because I tell you what, it's not bad really, is it? Keep it in mind, this is the Hornet's made. You're more than likely to be a bass fisherman in an impoundment than an offshore sports fisherman if you're buying a Hornet, right? And in fact, if you come and you told me I fish 50, 100k offshore, well, the Hornet's not the boat for you. But if you're going to Somerset, if you're going up north chasing Barra, I tell you, you need to look at the Hornet with everything that's in it, with those live bait tanks and the storage and the stability at rest and the work area. Have a look at that work area this thing's got. Really, really good. If you're looking for a boat, Brisbane Yamaha probably has it. We're the biggest boat dealer. We just won the Yellowfin Dealer of the Year. So that means Yellowfin Dealer of the Year, Quintrex Dealer of the Year, Yamaha Dealer of the Year, BLA Dealer of the Year. What do you want me to say? There's a reason. It's the staff at Brisbane Yamaha. They care. I want to sell you a boat. I want you to come on a water test. But do yourself a favour. You'll buy a better boat and you'll buy it for less money. brisbaneyamaha.com.au. And of course, I've got yamahaparts.au if you want to do your own servicing. And if you're watching social media, Gomez and Kieran are going to do a heap of footage on how to service, how to do things. So, see you on the water, and hopefully you've got a Hornet.